YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Now. Would I rather kiss Nick Pollum or die? I would rather eat Doritos. Yeah, thank you, Diplomat. You're right. No, I don't want to die. But I don't want to kiss Nick Pollum. I really don't. You can say, like, fake friends, snakes, you know, whatever. But it's not really what it is, and it really cheapens the whole thing. Like, it's not just, like, people are fake, like, it's actually, like, really deeply toxic and hard to navigate. There are so many layers to being friends with people that you compete with and work with and are streamers and have a platform and have people talking about them and talking about you, and like it's just there's a lot, you know. So it's a lot to navigate, and it's not a good time, honestly. It's really not. I've had to work really hard, and I've done a lot of work since I moved in this apartment at separating like my actual life from my like streamer life, because you have to do that, I think. What are you doing, Maria?
No! Where are you going?
Have any esports orgs contacted you? If not, why you think not? And if so, why have you turned them down? I have never gotten a single offer from an org. Ever. Thank you. Why? Probably because I don't play games. And because I'm boring. I don't know. Not established enough, maybe? Chat. One pack goat. Actual pack goat. I want a 200-pound goat. Okay? We went home, and then I went to sleep, and the next day woke up. Cutie went to urgent care because she felt like shit. She has a concussion, and she grinded League for days after her concussion, and it made her worse. We have a $135,000 project up there, the top of that steel building. You can kind of see. It's a big project that we're working on. We're getting a fox at the beginning of the year. Hopefully, maybe around the beginning of the year, more like February. He's getting a $46,000 enclosure. This one that I'm in right now, this is a $52,000 enclosure. The entire property is fenced. It's a $72,000 contract, over 4,000 linear feet of fencing out here. So it's all fenced in. We had this chicken coop. This was a $7,000 project. Have a crow enclosure up there. It's a $8,800 enclosure. And we have 2 full-time staff now, and we have 1 part-time staff who lives here. So we pay their salaries as well with that money. What else can I tell you? Hi, Saturn. Accessibility / acquisition rating, 2 for lemurs. It'd be hard to get lemurs. Priority rating, I give them a 4. Lemurs are up there for me for the next mammals that we get, just because I think they have a lot of potential for education. Dude, this is the biggest cricket I've ever seen. Oh, it's dead too. Damn, a lot of these crickets died. You're alive. You wanna die? Oh, sorry, that's kind of morbid. I didn't mean for it to come out that, like, aggressively. Here you go. Nice. One of the reasons that I love animals so much is because they're such an escape in animals, and they're so forgiving, and that I mean, I'd like to say that they're not capable of, but I don't really like that language. They do not judge you for what you bring to the table, you know, like they don't care what you look like or like, you know, what you've done in your past. They only care about the person that shows up that day and how you interact with them on that day. So they're very grounding for that reason. And it's freeing for me to like get away from the shit that I deal with people, especially in like the streaming world and all those layers, to going to something that is so present. A lot of things that aren't really capable of living anywhere but the present, you know, and just like being there and like letting all the other things go briefly, because then you can, the whole inside is solid and you can loosen the skin around it. So the skin is loose at this point. And then you'll go up the stomach here. Break skin, which I shouldn't need a knife for. This, you'll pull up around the back legs here. It's just degloving at this point. It's kind of like taking off a sweater. Like this. Go over the tail, over the back leg, and then pull up over the head like a sweater, and you are degloved. I fight in my head of like, you need to do what you want to do, because as soon as you start losing that fight in your head and you start doing what chat wants to see so that you grow more viewers, so that you have more viewers, everything that makes you successful is dependent on them, on who's watching, on LSF, on whatever. And that's a very slippery slope, because then they become your success. They become like your value. So when they say, oh, this person's great, I love this person, they're doing so good, you're like, nice, like, I'm big. And then when they're like, actually, fuck this person, this was really shitty that they did this, I don't like watching them anymore, they're cringe, you become that. You know? If you lose that fight in your head for long enough, they are just you. And if they're you and they hate you, you hate yourself.
And now it is time for the bonus clip.
Chunky bellies. Jiggly. She does not like when I call her jiggly. Jiggly. She caught my hand. Ow, a bit.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got down. I revived him. Now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park Street. Look at the map.
Go to the mark sheet.